Okay, hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to start our program today. We are with Mansi from India. We're going to present to us today the Global Citizenship Education and SDG number 4, Target 7. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to be with her in the meeting today. To say a little bit about Mansi. I met Mansi in one of the prestigious training that I recently did. That we recently did. It was organized by UNESCO, FEC, EIU in South Korea, and that workshop was it brought all the young leaders, young global youth leaders all over the world, and we were like around 54 members who attended. But one of the most important things, we were in a mini groups with Mansi, a group of 6, and actually in our group we were too interactive, and Mansi was one of the main people I admire in her commitment, the way she was committed, and the knowledge she had, and the way she was interacting. It was so great. So today we have her to share her knowledge with her. You are really going to like it. She's one of the great young leaders. So I invite her to today with us to share the knowledge of global citizenship with us. But we all want, and we all wish to be global citizen. So before we continue, before we allow our presenter, I would like to introduce Anna just briefly. Anna is one of the youth lead initiative that deal with elevating students with scholarship links and guiding student mentorship, and actually dealing with things to do with education. So the main mission of ENA, education needs all. As we see, like, education needs all. It means there's no one to be left behind. So it needs everyone, whether you are orphan, whether you are in weak condition, and you are able to attend education, then education needs you. So it needs everyone, whether you are young, old, or you are of whatever background. So education needs you, and that is the implication of ENA. So education needs everyone. So the mission of ENA is to prepare students who are resourceful, who are statistics, who are going to be great citizens, who are going to be great citizens. And our vision is to see to see the world in a light that the world is to see the world that is literate, and that is having a resourceful citizen. That is our vision at the end. So we have we have 20 members, and we have 20 departments. So, and this department, they are all working to make education, especially in South Sudan and in Africa, to make a student understand and get access to scholarship link, and also get prepared to know more about education. And that's why today we are today trying to upgrade, because it's not just all about Africa, but we need to also understand the global citizenship education. And this is where we also need our beneficiaries to also know about this education. It's not all about maybe being educated, but to also have a sense of belonging, of being global citizens. So, not to waste much of time, I would have shared a PowerPoint, but we can take my time to explain more about ENA, because we also learn more as we continue. So I will allow my supervisor to tell us the rule, the ground rule, before we continue.
Yeah, hello guys. Good morning, everyone. Wherever you are, good evening and good afternoon to some of the people, especially those in South Sudan, East Africa. Good evening. Yeah, actually, I'm by name Peter. Peter Alit. You can call me Peter, the supervisor of today. What I'm going to present here is about the guideline, the ground rule, and I'm requesting you all to pay attention, to listen to them so that you will not, like whenever you are told to do this, you will follow, and it will be really nice for you to follow that. Now I'm going to start as like Mr. Deng has talked about henna, and everyone is clear with that. About this one, we all know it is our poster. For this one is Global Citizenship Education, uh, GCED and CDG for this where we are going to talk about, especially our guest, Mamzi. And the thing of today is online seminar. We have three speakers. The first speaker is, is from India. It's called Mamsi Babzar. And the second one is in Costa Rica, Jacob Dengbol, moderator of today, and plus me, Pierre in Morocco, the supervisor. And here I'm going to talk about the ground rule, the guideline. The first one, like the first thing you need to do is to mute yourself. You need to mute yourself until it is your turn or when you are called to talk. This is whereby you will unmute yourself. But right now, everyone need to mute his or herself. Be respectful. You must respect yourself and respect this online seminar. Raise your hand or write down in case if you have something to say or if you have question. Listen and pay attention. You must listen carefully and pay attention so that you will understand everything and you will know what we are talking about. The language we're going to use today is only one. We are not going to use Arabic, French, or another Spain or another language like Spanish. We are going to use only English. So make sure when you're going to talk later, you need to use English, one language. What we should do, what we should do is what we should do is everyone should listen carefully to what our speaker, Monsi Bauzar, will say and is saying later. If your network is poor, then write down your question or anything to be clarified in the chat section. And I believe everything is clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pierre, for the ground rule. So at this moment, I'm going to allow our speaker of today, Mansi, to share with us the wisdom that he has. So Mansi, you're highly welcome.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for inviting me, and I would like to apologize for the last week. Actually, there was some emergency, so I was not able to join. But, anyways, I will just share the screen of the PPT that I've prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you all know that for today's webinar, our theme is on global citizenship education and SDG 4.7. But before we start, I would just like to know all of you. So can you just type down in the chat box like what's your name, where you're from, where you are from, and like why did you decide to join this particular webinar? Because the concept of global citizenship is not very known to people, so this is very new word, might sound very new to people. So why did you wanted to join this webinar? Can you just type it down or just like uh turn on the mic and say?
Yeah, Deng, welcome. Thanks so much.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning wherever you are. I'm by name Deng Solomon. I'm a student in Morocco, a second year student doing economics and business administration at the Sendo University of Casablanca. However, I'm one of the staff at ENA, Education Needs All. I'm the head of the scholarship orientation department. So concerning today's webinar, about global citizenship and education and SDG. It is really great to be here. Why? Because we understand the reason for or the need for education. Because we understand that education is the tool that has knowledge that will change the lives of generations to come, and will continue to inspire many others, such that we get to be transformed and get to be have a capability and understanding of the environment, the world, the civilization, and how this should be continue to be carried on. Because when we look at the world we are in currently, we are in a world that needs proper peace. Because with education, people will understand the need for peace, the need for development, and even economic prosperity. So education is very paramount, and that's why it is one of the sustainable development goals that has been always there put forward to be realized even in the future. Yes. So I think that's why it's very paramount, and that's why we are here to get more information and get learn about this webinar. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dang. It was really nice to meet you, and I'm glad that you are here in this seminar. So, as you said, that oftentimes, like, we are very focused on our own issues, and we oftentimes are ignorant about what's going on in the globe as a whole, and also in our communities. So, it so happened that a few weeks ago, me and Jacob, like Jacob mentioned, that we joined the ninth Global Youth Leadership Workshop on GCED, conducted by the UNESCO APSEU in South Korea. And that's where we got to know about this whole concept and ideology behind global citizenship. And now that we are educated about it, we think that we are responsible for, like, spreading a word about it and letting other people know about what GCD is and how it can help in peace building and maintaining a peaceful community, and also addressing the other issues like climate change and all sorts of environmental issues. So in this webinar, one second. Okay, so in this webinar, the main topics that we are going to cover is understanding global citizenship and what GCED is. GCED stands for Global Citizenship Education. We'll see how they are interconnected. And then there's SDG 4.7. Like Jacob mentioned in the beginning, that SDG stands for Sustainable Development Goals. So these are the goals defined by the UN, and they are supposed to be achieved by the year 2030. We'll be taking a look at how SDG 4.7 and global citizenship education is connected. Also, what are the, like, actions people are taking on, what are the projects people are working on in order to like enhance GCED. And also, whenever we are working on something, there are of course challenges, and how are people solving it. And the next is how you can work on this project too, how you can contribute to this ideology. And there will be, I will be mentioning like a few cases and few projects that my colleagues worked on. So yeah, also if you have some question, you can just type it down in the chat box and I'll try to answer it. Now, one second. Now, the on the slide you can see that these are the Sustainable Development Goals, which are defined by the United Nations. for the year till the year 2030, these are the 17 goals which are supposed to be achieved by the globe on a whole. Like there are all sorts of issues that the world is facing right now, from climate change to poverty to hunger and gender equality and everything you can see here. These are the goals which are supposed to be achieved. But for this particular seminar, we are going to focus on fourth goal, which is related to quality education. And when it comes to quality education, the SDG 4 for quality education, it is supposed to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Now, the main keywords here are inclusive and equitable quality education. Now, when it comes to education, it is not equal. There might be all the resources available. Like, let's take example of India. In India, it so happens that when you go to big cities or big schools or private schools, you can see the quality of education is really good. But on the other hand, when you go to some poor region or rural areas, then the education is really not up to date. Like the teachers are not qualified enough, or you can see the infrastructure of these schools are really really bad. So for SDG 4, it is to ensure that on the whole globe, education is provided to all. And these are the subdomains of the goal, which are like 4.1, 4.2, which is like quality primary and secondary education. Then there's pre-primary education, vocational training, and then skills for decent work. And then if you come and see like the 4.7, the 4.7 goal, it is related to sustainable development and global citizenship. Now, I would like to ask you that when you think of sustainable development, or just say sustainability, what is the word or the sentence that comes to your mind? What does sustainability means to you? Can you just type it down or speak up? Anyone? What does sustainable development means to you? What do you understand by it? Mm,
Okay, Ding.
Yeah, thank you once again for having me back.
okay.
What we understand by the word sustainable development goal, uh, we mean that this is a goal or a long-term mission, that the vision that need to be achieved, but that will help impact the life of people. That's what we call sustainable development goal. Yeah,
True.
thank you.
Anyone else? Also, there's one in chat by Sharif. Hi, Sharif. It's a world for all generations. That's true. Anyone else would like to add something? Uh,
Actually,
Riyad? Yeah.
yes.
Cool.
Actually, if we talk about the sustainable development, we principally say that it is just the way forward, that if we achieve something that will make our life better, we are working hard to make the present life conducive for us. So anything that we make, any possible way, any effort that we exert to make the present life suitable for us in this world, we say to the sustainable development.
True, that's true. All these definitions are correct, but when we hear the word sustainable development goals, we usually relate it to humans and nature, like the earth in a whole. So we have to grow, we all have to grow, but at the same time, we have to ensure that all other humans, our colleagues, all the people around us, as well as the Mother Earth, is in proper health and is right. So also I would like to ask, like, what does citizenship means to you? We will not focus on like global citizenship for now, but this world citizenship, what does it mean to you? There's something in chat.
Okay. Okay.
What does citizenship means to you?
Citizenship.
What is yeah,
Let me just say a word.
yeah,
Citizenship is a sense of belonging. Like you belong
true.
to this. Like a
Yeah,
citizen of. Let me say citizen of India. I belong to India. So and I should be
yeah.
patriotic to India. It's something that I should do. It could be, sincere and wholeheartedly do it.
Yeah, that's true. Like when it comes to citizenship, we most often relate ourselves to a particular country or say a particular community. Like you say, I belong to India, I'm an Indian citizen, or if you belong to some community, you say that you are a part of that community. But one main thing which like he highlighted is that when it comes to citizenship, you feel a sense of belonging or a sense of responsibility towards that particular nation which you belong to. So similarly, when it comes to global citizenship, when you feel this sense of belonging or a sense of responsibility towards the world as a whole, then you are known to be the then you are called as a global citizen. Now, see, who is a global citizen? A global citizen is someone who is aware of and understands the wider world and their place in it. Now, see, there are a lot of problems going on. There might be problems in your community like violence, and here in India too, there are like religion based violence, and people don't understand each other. So, when you start understanding the world as a whole, and you just shift your perspective from like a narrower community to the world as a whole, then you are a global citizenship, then we can say that you are a global citizen. Now, why is it important? Is someone okay? Anyways, now why is global citizenship important? Because we can all solve the problems in our own communities, right? But the thing right now is that the world is much more interconnected than you can ever think. Let's take example of climate change. Now, air doesn't have any boundaries, right? If climate change is going to have a drastic like effect on the world, then it is going to like affect all of us, no matter where we live, no matter how much safe place we are. It is going to affect us one day or the other, and most of the times we all are ignorant about the problems. Like we say, okay, that is happening in that country, why should I bother? But one day will definitely come when the problem will knock at your door and you won't be able to do anything. So that's where like global citizenship comes into play, because GCED helps you understand the world on a bigger level, and you start like not being ignorant towards these issues. You start getting involved in your local communities, your like global communities, and you start to raise your voice and opinions, and you can see that even the smallest change or the smallest action that you will take, it will lead to a bigger impact, and for a better change. Now we took a look at what global citizenship is, and similarly we can define what GCED or say global citizenship education is. It is towards promoting all these issues. Like in the focus area of GCEDs are mostly poverty, inequality, environmental. Someone is. Can you please turn the mic off? Someone is speaking, I guess. Okay, thank you. So, the focus area of global citizenship education is mostly related to poverty, inequality, environmental degradation, and human rights violation. So, all these areas lead towards a main goal, which is like promoting a more intercultural understanding and help like encouraging us to understand each other's culture. Yes, John, you want to speak? You want to say something? Okay, I saw his hand up. Anyways, So yeah, like when you take a look at violence, any kind of violence or human right violation, when it happens, let's say gender-based violence or religious or ethnic violence, then why is it happening? It is because we do not understand each other's culture, right? So through global citizenship, as you start to understand the world and you start expanding your views on the world, then you get to know why the person is doing so, and you understand each other so that you don't have conflicts while living together. Now, as the we understood what SDG 4 is and what GCED is. Now, if we take a look at how is SDG 4 and SDG 4.7 connected with each other. Now, when it comes to SDG 4, you can recall that it is there to ensure inclusive and equitable education for all. But the problem here is that only providing education is not enough. Only providing resources. Like I said at the beginning, that in India, there are schools, but there are teachers, but those teachers are not qualified enough. If you go ask them questions, they are not able to answer. So that is the problem. uh, Only providing resources is not enough. It is very important to provide quality education, and when it comes to quality education, it is ensured by the learning outcomes. If the learning outcomes are effective, like let's say, let's connect it to the SDG 4.7. SDG 4.7 deals with peace, justice, and democracy, all these, like promoting equal society, intercultural understanding. Now, when we start promoting this, if people start living together, if people start understanding, then we can say that the education that we provided, or the educational content that we provided, has worked out. Now, if I take an example, then there was a project, like when we were attending the ninth youth leadership workshop. Then I don't remember the exact name, but there was an alumni who is from Africa too. So she worked on eliminating FGM practices. So in her project, it was an advocacy project, and she went to a village along with a few people in the group, and they performed theater activities, and they had a chat with the people in the community on tell them why the FGM practice is very harsh and why it should be abolished. Now, while doing this, it is not really easy when, like, if you go and tell people that the traditions which they have been following from ages is wrong, then people surely will feel violated, right? So there is a right way of doing so, and there is a right way of promoting your message, of telling the people your message. So that's what SDG 4.7 ensures. SDG 4.7 deals with the educational content on on how, like, we could promote a more peaceful and just society. Now, I am going to play a video of it is a social experiment by one second. It is a social experiment, and that's where, okay, this is related to the fashion revolution which happened, and it, okay, can you see it?
Yes, we are seeing.
Okay.
No, the video is not being played. It is, we are seeing just the presentation.
The video
Okay,
is
one
not
second.
showing.
Maybe you can share it and
Okay.
hear sound. Maybe you can share it again and hear sound.
Okay, one second, one second.
Mm.
My screen is frozen, I guess. Okay, now can you see it properly?
It's not working.
One second.
We are only seeing the other thing.
One second, I will just share it to Jacob.
Okay, share it to me.
Oh, yeah, this is the link, Jacob. Can you share this?
Okay.
So basically, this is a social experiment which was conducted while the fashion revolution was happening, and you can see that just a very small message, it led people to like become aware of what goes on in the industry and how their clothes are made. So can you just take a look at it? Then we will discuss about it.
Okay, let me share.
Yeah.
Mm,
Saying it's all about what?
Share sound. You'll see. Is all right?
Yeah. That. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Jacob, for sharing it. Now, see, what you
You're
saw
welcome.
in the video was, I think the screen was a bit frozen. But, anyways, so in the video, it was that there was a vending machine kind of thing placed in between the streets, and there were t shirts for just €2. And now, when it comes to like cheap clothing, people usually like to buy cheap clothes. So, but the thing is that in the machine, when the people like click on they want to buy, so they displayed on how the shirt was made. So there are many factories in Bangladesh and even in India, where the laborers like work for 16 hours a day, and they get really paid very less, and these clothes are sold at very cheap price. So this was an effort to let people know that whatever clothes they are buying, they should check twice if how the clothes are made, and they should know how the workers are in the condition. So in the end, you could see a message which says that people care when they know. So the thing was that in the previous example which I shared of one of the alumni conducting an campaign about the FGMs, like when she went and told people about how much the FGMs are causing the females, how much painful it is, and how drastic it is. So the people understood, and she said that the mayor himself said that he will be demolishing the practices. So the thing was that when you put some efforts, surely you can see the change. Now I will be presenting the screen again. Now, when it comes to GCED, the actual goal is to integrate it with school education. But the thing is, like we all are grown-ups, but still we are so ignorant, and we all don't know about this concept. So whoever is like trying to learn about GCED, these are the three things which the syllabus might say curriculum is focused on. First is cognitive, social emotional, and behavioral. Like when it comes to cognitive, it is just like direct one-on-one interaction with people about what GCED is, and letting them know about what are the environmental issues, what are the human right issues going on. And then there's social emotional, like students or we should develop a sense of belonging, and like be respectful, and aim towards promoting and seeing a more peaceful and just society. And then there's behavior, like motivating people to work on these issues, to work on conducting like campaigns and volunteering and stuff. So there's one more video which I would like to see. So Jacob, can you please play it for me?
Yeah,
I
of
will
course.
share the link.
Okay.
So this one is by Apseyu, like one of the teacher from Apseyu. He is from South Africa, and the way he is integrating GCED into his regular English classes is really impressive. So I would like you to see that.
My name is Ablandia Boibo. I am a high school English teacher in Haube Grammar School. I have been teaching English for 8 years now. I was awarded a scholarship by UNESCO to attend a training in Korea. So I heard about global citizenship education when I went to Korea. This is my English class for 13th grade students at Haube Grammar School in Togo. I plan to integrate global citizenship education into my English class and choose the topic bus boycott in Alabama and the issue of human rights. The class is composed of 4 parts. First, the students brainstorm and learn about what human rights are. Then in groups, they discuss on what kinds of human rights they have and share them with the rest of the class. Next, the students read an English article on bus boycott in Alabama, and as a class, they answer comprehension questions to test their understanding. The class ends with a discussion on situation of human rights in Togo. The class is designed to enable students to have a clear understanding of human rights, to appreciate the value of human rights, and to defend their rights as well as others in case of violation of this right. Good. So this morning, we're going to discuss some issues. Most often, we used to talk about rights. Somebody may say, I have right to this one. Now, exactly, can you tell me what a right is? What is your right? What is a right? How can we define it? Yes, lady.
A right is a moral claim to something.
Oh, very good. For her, a right is a moral claim to something. Oh, I like your answer. Good. Yes?
As far as I'm concerned, a right is a legal claim to do something.
Okay, so I would like you in your group to mention some of the rights that you have. In your group, you choose a secretary, and on a piece of paper, you put some of the rights that you have for me. So I need volunteer group to share with us their work.
Okay, in our group, we had mentioned some of right of a human being, like right of life, right of health, right.
In some classes, I have more than 100 students. Large size, the class is certainly a challenge to me. but I try to find ways to make the class participatory and active as much as possible.
In our groups, we selected white to life, white to liberty, white to dignity.
I keep encouraging students to think about issues and share their ideas with their classmates through discussion and other activities. So now I would like to give you a test in which you focus on the test and you try to see what are some of the rights violated in that test. And after all, we come to our country to see if we have human rights violation here and what we can do together in order to find a solution to all that. Maybe you have some questions on the blackboard because before we come to this one, our issue. Somebody to read question number 1. Yes?
Whose act of defense began the Montgomery boycott?
The refusal of the black woman Rosa to give her place to sit on throne Montgomery.
Yes. The black woman Rosa Parks who refused to give her seat, who refused to go back. Do you understand? And that is what began the Montgomery bus boycott. When Rosa Parks was arrested, there was a group. A group was formed, and they drafted in the text some demands. What are some of the demands drafted in the text by that group?
The demands which were drafted by the group was
yes, sitting be available on a strictly first come, self-based basis.
That drivers conduct themselves with greater civility to black passengers.
Yes, that drivers conduct themselves with greater civility to black passengers. Now, let's come back to our context. If you look at our country, can we talk about human rights violation in Togo? Can we say that some human rights are violated in our context here, in Togo here?
In our country, Togo, many human rights are violated.
Many human rights are violated, like
liberty of speech.
Freedom of speech. Now, if we come to what he said, what do you think we can do in order to find a solution to that? Because if you see in this test, people organize themselves in our context. What do you think we can do in order to put an end to the right to freedom of speech violation in Togo?
We can sensibilize all the population and create a group, an organization to defend the liberty of the citizens.
I want them to know their rights. I want them to have a clear understanding of their rights. I want them to appreciate the human rights, and I want them to, be able to defend their rights in case of violation. And I think I need to continue what I started for them, to be a global citizens, those who will be able to contribute to a more just, peaceful, and sustainable world. And today I can see that they are ready to think, they are ready to take actions in order, to contribute, to bring their contribution to the building of the whole world, the local and the global. So I think it's something good, something we need to encourage, something we need to, support, something we need to collaborate with them, encourage them in order to make them move forward.
Okay, so like you saw in the video,
WordTune helps you write better.
Jacob, okay, thank you. I will just share my screen. Okay, so like you saw in the documentary, that the teacher is integrating GCED into his regular classes, and you can see how the kids are actively participating, how they are actively speaking up about what's happening, and how they are very eager to take action to stand up for injustice. So you can see that these three focus areas, like the cognitive, behavioral, and social emotional, all these three areas are properly being integrated, similarly like it was for the high school kids, similarly for adults too it works. And I would like to now tell you of how you can be a global citizen, like be a more active global citizen, or what you can do in order to promote GCED. Now, first thing you can do is volunteering, advocacy, start a cultural awareness club, or just put in individual efforts. Now, in case of volunteering means to like there must be a few organizations in your local areas who might be working for a cause, like, right, there must definitely be some organization who need people. In volunteering, you don't actually get paid for any work, you just voluntarily with your whole heart just go and work for a cause. So you can just look up for any volunteering places in your areas. There might be like organization working on education, or there might be organizations working over climate change or world hunger. So you can just do your research, and in by the time you are a volunteer, you get to meet a lot of people, you get to meet new friends, and you get to talk to like-minded people. Like, I started volunteering as a social media coordinator. I did virtual work at it was at an NGO based in Pune in India, and they are like a shelter home to a few kids. And that's where I got into these social work, and this that experience was what got me into the Upsay ninth GCD workshop. So when you start working for the world, the universe, of course, benefits you too. And like if you want to work as a volunteer, you can just look up for local charity organizations, or else you can work on an international level too. Like, there are frequent calls for volunteers in international organizations like United Nations and UNESCO. You can just look up at their site, and you can make a profile, and they will call you up if they need your help. And then there's like national volunteering opportunities, like you can take a look at the government sites of your own country, and you can see if there are any opportunities available. Now, the other way is to advocate. Now, when it comes to advocacy, it is a bit different from volunteering. For volunteering, you work with an organization, or you are with an organization which is either permanent or is working towards something big. But when it comes to advocacy, you are more focused on one particular area. Like, now we have I will take example of our GCED workshop. We are all done with the workshop, but there's still one phase remaining, like there's a grant competition and grant and mentorship competition. So we are going to work on our individual advocacy projects. So in advocacy, what you do is you take action to create a change. You empower people to speak up, to have their voice. And meanwhile, by the time that people are hesitant or people are afraid of speaking for themselves, you go speak up for them. And when they are courageous enough, when they want to speak up for themselves, you support them. So this is the project Pink Bag, which mm, my organization worked on. So it so happened that as I said, that in India the education quality is really poor. But the other bigger problem is that there are many parents still in the rural areas who think that education is not so important. So, like, I work with the organization named Unnati Balgam. You can check out their IG handle. This project was carried out in the year 2022, and the aim was to encourage village girls to go to school. So there's a village nearby Pune where the uh, girls are not really girls going to school is considered as a taboo, and the parents do not think that sending girls to school is beneficial enough. So what we did was to distribute bags and a few stationery materials to them, but these were just like uh, an excuse to just go and talk to them. What we actually did was we engaged in conversation with their parents. We talked to the girls like, why are they not going to school? Why are the parents not willing to send them to school? Like, what's the problem? And if they are expressing why they don't want them to send to school, or if they are worried about that, like the fees is very high or other stuff, then we tried to convince them. We tried to like tell them that there are other alternatives too. You can opt for scholarship. If you study, you are going to have a really good life. And that's what we did. This was a project which continued for around a month, and around 1,000 girls were distributed. Like 1,000 girls got their bags, and from those 1,000, at least we think we were able to convince at least 50 to 100 girls to actually go to school and their parents. So the thing is, when it comes to advocacy, you might not see a very big impact, but that's totally fine. You know, you cannot see a change in just one go. You need to like have patience, you need to wait, and yeah, you will definitely see a change, but it takes time. Now another example is this organization. This Lean Towards Green is an organization by one of my colleague in the 9th GCED workshop. His name is Farhan, and he's from Pakistan, and they work towards promoting a more eco-friendly human behavior. This is their like Facebook page, you could check out later. But what really impressed me was so they keep conducting seminars, webinars, and like plantation drives to promote more greener society, more eco-friendly human behavior. So once he like shared the story in the group, and he was like he told us that when they were conducting a plantation drive in a school in there in Pakistan, so whenever these organization, the people from the organization used to plant the trees, plant the saplings, the other day the school kids used to go and destroy the plants. So they used to just go and destroy the whatever the plantation they did. So Farhan and the people around, they came up with a solution that if they name each of the plant with the kid, like let's say there's a girl named Sarah. So they just called her and they said that this is your plant. This plant's name is Sarah, and you have to take care of it. So I think this was a really creative way of letting children know their responsibilities, and thankfully it worked out. The kids started taking care of their own plants, and they started like watering them and watch them grow. So while advocating, you have to be creative. Also, the third way is to start a cultural awareness club. Now, this one too is by Ricardo. This is the Instagram page of Gen Z Talk from Timor Leste. It's a country in the South Asia, and what they do is they conduct frequent like talk shows and seminars related to all the global issues, all different global issues from climate change to gender equality and stuff. So starting a cultural awareness club, you can either start it or you can just join it, any of the such club in your locality, or you can just find it in your like social media. So this is a very good way of getting into a conversation with like-minded people, with people who are like who think the same like you. Other way is individual efforts. Now let's say you are you don't have much time to join a awareness club or to volunteer, so you can just put in some individual efforts, like be conscious of your actions. Like, let's say you should be conscious, like it was in the fashion revolution video of being conscious of what kind of clothes you're buying. Try to research a bit of who made your clothes, and then green your home, plant more trees around your home, reduce the use of plastic, recycle stuff which you can, just don't throw out. If something is like if something can be reused. Also, if you have younger siblings or your parents around, you should try to educate them, tell them that these things are wrong and what problems they are causing. Also, you can stay updated by like joining such seminars for Sundays, and you can also join a few like UN forums. UN usually conducts forums and conferences, so you can just join them virtually. And now I would like you all to see one more such video. This is a documentary by SEMA Academy, and I don't think anyone else has like access to it. But Jacob, do you have the account for SEMA Academy? I will try and play the
Yes,
video.
yes, I have.
Just tell me if you can see this.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Okay, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is in a slow motion.
Wait, Jacob,
Yes,
can you play
it is
this?
in slow motion.
Okay.
1 second. I'll
So,
send it to Jacob.
yeah, here with me.
I'll send it to Jacob. 1 second. So this is basically a very nice film by SEMA Academy. It is very short, like 1 minute film, but
Yes, I would like to appreciate the initiative that we have.
okay, I think I was muted. Did you all hear what I said before?
Yeah, we didn't hear even this.
Okay. Thank you.
Still, you are muted.
Sorry. It is asking me for a password, but I don't know where I've forgotten my password for SEMA. So can you reshare it and then share sound also?
Okay, wait. So wait, you want me to share the screen, right?
Yeah, share the screen because I cannot access SEMA now because I've forgotten my password.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. So share it and then share sound also.
Yes, we can see and we can hear.
Uh, You see, now the reason why I decided to share this film was because, like, the boy represents the advocates and all the activists who are working towards a cause, and the little ball of water represents their efforts, and the tree is the dying society or whatever, the dying planet. So when it comes to advocacy or whenever you volunteer, you might think that, oh, this is so little I'm doing, what might it change, like what change might it bring. But I just want to tell you that even your little efforts are valued, and no matter how small effort you do or no matter how small plan you take, it is definitely going to benefit one person or the other. So whenever you decide to volunteer or whenever you decide to act for a cause, don't think that you have to make a very big impact. Just think of small things, and definitely your hard work will pay off. um Also, I one second. Yeah. So where you can now, if you like this concept of GCED, and if you are willing to like learn more about it or get like involved in these kinds of activities, then there are resources like the GCED online campus, where you can do courses related to all these activities or related to more social subjects. So there, these courses are totally for free. You get certificates on completion. So you can I will share the link of the GCD online campus, and you can go check out their content. Then there's Ban Ki-moon Center, that is in South Korea too, and they usually conduct events and conferences related to GCED. GCED Online Campus and Ban Ki-moon Center is more towards, like, more inclined towards global citizenship education. But there are other conferences too, like the UN forums, which are more focused on the SDG 17 SDGs. So these are the resources where you can learn more about GCED. And other thing is that we like Jacob said, we were in the same group, and the ninth youth leadership program has really motivated us and have really encouraged us to start our own organization. And we are soon going to launch the Sugi Youth, which the Sugi stands for Standing Up for Global Issues. And we are soon going to work on different projects after we like finish our individual projects with APSAU. We are going to conduct seminars, webinars, and we are going to held competitions. So you can follow us on like Instagram and stay updated there. Lastly, I would just like to sum up this webinar and thank you all for joining. You are really a responsible citizen, and I really hope that you will work for the betterment of the society. And in the end, if you have any questions, you can just type it down or ask me, or if you want to add something, you can say, we can talk now.
Okay, Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mansi, for the wonderful presentation. Actually, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time and for the great wisdom you have shared with us. So at this time, we are going to allow people with questions
Yeah.
who want to add. So you are free now. I'm going to give you like 15 minutes for question and answer.
Yeah, yeah. If
Thank you
anyone
for
has
the
any, yeah, yeah, yeah.
thank you for the time that you have given us to moderate what is your experience about the global and things that happen in global around the globe. In this case, the education is all, and we as young generation, we are the right people to change the society and the global effects of what is around the globe. It is our chance as young people to change anything that is coming across. I would like to appreciate for your presentation.
Thank you so much. You said right that we are young and we have the energy and the power to change the globe. So we should all work together in like making this globe a better place. Anyone else would like to add something or any question?
Oh, then followed by Jeremiah.
Yeah. Thank you once again, Mansi and Jacob plus all the NI staff. I'm really so glad for this wonderful presentation. It has really been so impactful and so full of learning. We have learned a lot of things to do with sustainable goal development. And what I have taken out of this, it really reflects back on what I have been doing when I was in South Sudan before I came to Morocco. I involved myself in a community work. That is we call it good governance and resilience. We have conflict mitigation, and we also have what we call peace and reconciliation. And when I look at all these things come as a result of being aware. And when you are aware, this means you are educated. You are being informed, and that's why these goals of sustainable development goal or SDGs are put in place by the UN and the global citizen all over to ensure that everyone participates as either a volunteer or you just involve or you take yourself as you take the initiative, you come up with a certain platform or kind of teamwork or any other thing, just like what you have done with your team. And today, that's why you are able to come and share the same information with us, said that we got informed. And I'm quite sure, based on what we have learned here, some of us will take very important note of these things, and in one way or another, will be able to impact our communities different ways. So I'm really so happy, and I'm so honored that we have you as ENA staff. On behalf of ENA, I really do appreciate you and all the participants that attended this webinar. That's really been so good. Thank you so much. We hope to see you next time.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing what you got out of this webinar. And it is really good to know that like this webinar helped you and you are willing to work on these projects in the future. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Luis,
Yeah.
before you talk, sorry for interruption.
Maybe.
Sorry for interruption, Luis. So what we can do, I would like to request us to take maybe your photo because I see some people are leaving. So we may take a general photo, maybe we open our cameras and then we take a general photo and then we continue with our lesson. So what do you think?
Sure, let's take a group photo. Everyone, would you like to turn on your cameras?
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Glad you can now continue.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate my sister Menzi for the work done. We were really actually interested, and you really impressed us a lot. It was a kind of a good presentation, and we like it. And teaching the fundamental framework of the 17 SDGs is something that's supposed to be taken seriously. And the post 4.7 that you have talked about, which is education, is something that is supposed to be implemented globally because it has an impact in this generation. So this one is so impressive. And I would like to say that each and every one of us who has attended this one should actually make the practical work of this part. And we make sure that our society is impacted. And at the end, we have the good news, we have the people who are transformed, and we have the gap which is bridged, which is closed, the gap which is closed, supposed to be at the end, because we are working hard here to make sure that the gap that is here should be closed before the 2030. And that is all about the Ban Ki-moon vision. The Ban Ki-moon was working hard, saying that the people are really established before the 2030. And if the 2030 approach like this one, then people are established. And there is one thing that I'm supposed to add to the ENA staff and those people who are also here and they are not part of ENA. Menzi actually, she told us some of the places where we can learn the GCED, and it is wonderful. I like this one. I supposed to be with you, Menzi. Jacob knows I supposed to be with you, but I did not do the prerequisite test, and I was I delayed a lot, and the deadline approaches. I did not make it. I supposed to be in the workshop, like in the webinar, the seminar that you had been doing, but I did not make it. I really like this GCED, and it impressed me a lot. So I would like to say that all the members would see these channels and follow the channels, because they give message, like if there's going to be like a kind of a seminar that is going to be done, then they give you, if you have created an account and and you are linked up with them. So I have already account with them, and then even I've linked up with them, and there is some of the webinar that is going to be done, and maybe I will be there. Jacob knows also. So I am actually making sure that all of us are really, engage with this stuff, such that we are really equipped and we change the world. We cannot say that we should change the world, or we should say that people have to be transformed. Everybody has to be transformed outside. We preach it here, but first we make sure that we are transformed first, and we are even understanding better what the 17 SDGs means to us and to the world. I would like to say that this is the precious time that each and every one of us would appreciate and would see that there is like some kind of development in the future. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. It was nice to hear that you were like going to attend the ninth GCED workshop. But anyways, next year you will have the chance once again, and you really highlighted one part that we need to first educate ourselves before educating someone else. So that's what the workshop did to us. We got to know about this concept of GCED, and now we are spreading a word about it. So thank you so much. It was really great to have met you all, and I really hope to work with you all to get to know you all in future. So yeah, and this is the page of the Sugi Youth which I was talking about. We will be like conducting more such seminars, and there will be like members from our group too. So you can just stay updated of what we are coming up with. Yes, Dang, you want to say something?
Alice wanted to say something before. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Can I come?
yeah, I hope you all doing well.
You will come there. Alice raised his hand before. You and Jeremiah and Alice.
Who is
Alice, are you
going
there?
first?
Alice.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really like the session. It is my first time,
Okay.
and
Okay.
if there's one thing I enjoy doing is listening to people discussing ideas. So, and I was having some challenges. I was trying to open my camera, but at the moment I cannot open it. So I hope you will understand. So on to my question. I wanted to ask about something. If you want to participate in a global activity, sometimes they are happening all around the world. And then you realize maybe because of the economic restrictions, you are not able to attend some of the activities. Let's say, for example, you cannot process your passport, and maybe the transport, the money for transport, you are not able to raise that money. So in that case, how do we make sure that, what are some of the strategies that you can use to at least make sure that you overcome this challenge, and we encourage everyone to participate in these global activities, regardless of maybe their financial stability, states and financial status? Yeah, so that's the first question.
Okay, so the main thing when it comes to like advocacy or taking up any project is planning. So whenever you are planning to take up any project or any advocacy campaign, it is very important to set your budget. And if things are getting out of your budget, so you need to keep backup plans. Now, if you are talking about attending these kind of forums and webinars, then the thing is like I have researched about a few forums and things. So mostly now that the internet like is at its peak, and the you can almost attend every seminar, or like few days back there was the ecosco youth forum by the UNESCO, and there were like seats for people who are not able to financially afford the ticket to New York, so they can just attend the forum virtually. So I think that like Zoom and all these virtual technology is really helping in people to get over the financial barrier and to overcome whatever problems they have related to finance. But yeah, when it comes to advocacy, you need to have a plan. You need to have stakeholders who are like willing to give you donations or willing to invest in your projects. So if there is like your plan goes or your budget goes above what you have thought of, then they can just help you out in that case. I think
Yeah, so the
was that
last
a
one.
set? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. So the last one, and personally, I graduated recently from high school, so I'm yet to attend the tertiary institution. So this one goes to maybe not just only you, but those who are also in the meeting. I understand that most of the people in the meeting are maybe in university, some are in
Sorry, Ali, we are not getting you.
planning to get to universities. So how do you manage to balance between your academics and also making sure that you are able to attend your lessons in your education? Is it clear,
Okay.
or maybe?
Yeah, I got your question. So he wants to ask that how do you manage how the like we most of us are in universities and like pursuing our education. So he wants to ask that how shall we manage our academics as well as these volunteering activities. So again here comes the planning. What I said before, what I answered for the previous question, same comes here. You have to manage your time, you have to set priorities. Like if your education is more important, like education is definitely important, but if there is some activity in your academic institute which is like more important than the other activities you are doing, then definitely you should go for the educational stuff. But like it happened for the 9th GCED workshop, so we were around 50 people from across the globe, and our time zones were not same at all. Like we used to join the meeting at 3 a.m. in the morning. We used to someone used to join from the office, someone used to like join the workshop from the school. So I want to say that when you are passionate enough and you have the will to do something, when you really want to do something, you just happen to manage the time by itself. Like I remember we used to like have for the pre-workshop we used to join at early in the morning, like at 2 a.m 4 a.m. We used to just have 2 to 3 hours of sleep, but in the end the workshop was really good and it was a life-changing experience. So to answer your question, you just need to manage your time and you need to ask yourself what is more important to you. If your academic particular activity is more important, then it is very important for you to like join the focus on your studies, and alongside if you have time you can just keep on joining these kinds of events.
Okay, thank you so much, Mansi. You have answered
Yeah.
the question of Alice. Actually, Alice, like that thing it is a nice thing, well, by the way, to us, because most of us here we have a lot of experience in that. Like most of us, like we are in the school and we are now attending, we are organizing this thing, like especially NI staff, they are all students. You see, like so most of them, like they will be in exam and they will still be continuing sharing links. They will be guiding students in the group and all those things. So it's all about what you like to do. So if you have that passion of
Yeah.
helping people, so then you will still volunteer. Like for me, let me just give my experience about this workshop that we did with Mansi. I used to spend the whole night without sleeping. To be honest, so like we used to start from here in Costa Rica. We used to start the meeting at 10 p.m. So, and the meeting end at 5, maybe 5:30 p.m. And I had to attend classes at 6. So if I try to sleep maybe 30 minutes from 5:30 to 6, then I will miss the class. So I will spend the whole night without sleeping. Why? Because I had passion. I want to learn more about global citizenship. So because I want to be a global citizen. So now I attended. I got the whole knowledge, and nothing happened to me. So I managed my class. It was to make the matter worse. It was exam time. It was my last week. It was the last 2 weeks of my exam. So I was doing exam. I had to read. I had to go for exam. I had to come. So it was actually quite challenging, but I managed to do it. So what matters is a passion and what you love to do. So you can actually, like people say there's no time, but we always have time for what we love. So that's what I can just say. So I think I'm seeing hands up, and we are left with 2 minutes. So I will just give Jacob Ian 1 minute, and then Louis 30 seconds, and then 30 seconds. Yeah. So Ian.
Okay. Hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm very grateful. I joined very late because I haven't informed you guys. I've been battling with some medical stuff, so I've always been in the hospital and I couldn't attend meetings. But I would love to thank the presenter for today, that it was wonderful. For the few minutes I joined, I had to learn a little, but hopefully I'll keep learning because I'm one person who also loves working with the community, working with the globe. What makes others happy is what makes me happy. So I'm very grateful. Thanks for the wonderful information you have shared with us. Hope more blessings your way. We shall keep in touch to learn more from one another. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining, no matter how short time you join, but it is important that you were willing to join. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, Luis. I'm seeing your hand.
Yes. Okay.
How
Yeah.
many?
To
30
Brother
seconds.
Alice.
30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. Just very short. To Brother Alice, according to the balance of time, you know, to be frank, this one we need to not to value degree. The degree that we are going to have without this supportive knowledge wouldn't help us. So I suggest that if you understand really the meaning of sacrifice, then you sacrifice yourself, you divide your time. If it means that you miss some of the lesson and there is some online webinar that you're going to attend, you miss it, right? This is the thing that is so serious. Having degree alone will not help you without the knowledge of other stuff. I could say that don't just meditate always on this education stuff. Also bring these webinars closer to you because they are part of education also. And this is really will impact some of the stuff you. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you. Deng, 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Jacob. In fact, I have nothing to say, but mine was just a question that I want to put. I just want to ask, why is it so hard? Like, it is quite hard for the people to participate in such activities. What are the fears that you think that block them from participating or taking part in such initiatives? This is a question that I was supposed to ask before. Yeah, thank you.
So see, Dung, so it so happens that many people don't have time, right? They are busy with their lives, they are busy with their stuff, but when it comes to advocacy and working on some serious projects, so there are, for advocacy too, you need proper training and you need proper mentorship in order to not harm the people, not harm the sentiments of people, and most of the times people are just ignorant that why should we care, right? So when it comes to these kind of projects, so people are afraid if they will lose their face in the society. They are afraid of thinking what people will say. They are afraid of what will happen to me, because few projects are really dangerous. You have to deal with a few religious people and then a few extremists, so that is the fear of losing your image or losing your time maybe. And yeah, that is what stops people from participating in these sorts of activities. They just don't think that these are important. They think that their materialistic knowledge, their technical stuff and job is very important.
Yeah, sure, you are right. You are right, Mansi. To add something, actually, most of the people, the reason why most of the people don't attend this thing is because people have not yet understood the importance. Because people will just see wasting their time attending webinars and all the things. But for those who have experience in this thing, they actually know that it is very important. For me, let me say for me here in my school here, I'm always busy, and people students here they branded me like a busybody, they will most of the time they will get me I'm either working on something, yeah, or maybe attending an online webinar or online, even if it is 1 hour or what, I just attended. If I don't have maybe class or lesson. Sometimes I will even attend if I'm in class and it is a lesson that I don't have interest, I just be attending webinars and leave that lesson, because at the end of the day I cannot even benefit from that lesson, but I will benefit from the lesson that I'm getting from the webinars. So sometimes the reason why people don't participate, sometimes people don't try, people like the link that I share. Let's just take an example, like the link that we share in the inner groups. Like we share a lot of link for program like the one for Inspire, uh, Aspire for let me say for Harvard University and other link like the one for this workshop. So I shared that link, but people did not try to participate. Yeah, not because like some people may have time, but they don't like because you don't know the importance of this thing, then they will not attend. So it needs awareness, by the way. It's another thing that needs awareness, that people need to be aware that they also attend this global thing when they get time. Another thing is maybe some people they don't have maybe enough data or they don't have access to internet. That's one of the important. That's one of the major problems also. So that's what I wanted to add.
Yeah.
So now we have added
so
5
much.
minutes to the time that we designed. So that then you can say something.
I say thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah,
finally.
you are welcome.
Yeah. Okay, finally we have come to the end of our session. So thank you to the final remark. Thank you so much, Mansi, for accepting our invitation. Actually, actually I'm delighted and thrilled for your commitment and the time that you have taken to work on the presentation. I know it took your time because you had to work on the presentation, make research and all the thing, and you had some other thing to do. So I can say, actually we robbed you of your time, but I can say thank you for that. So thank you for that. That's a great thing and a well representation of global citizenship. So you are a global citizen indeed. And I really appreciate that. So I really appreciate meeting you also in the workshop. And I also appreciate you actually giving us or sharing your knowledge today with us. So it's actually, I really appreciate that. And on behalf of ENA, we will continue to be in touch with you. So if you have some time, maybe that you can dedicate, or you have some time, you can still, because we are in touch. So I can still share with you. We have another arrangement or session, another thing, maybe still on global citizenship education or another things are related. Then we can still invite you to come and share with us. Actually, like we open the seminar to everyone, but we will have some program. We'll be having our own training like staff or INA staff. So we may give you some chance maybe in future, or which future is not very far. So it may be now.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your commitment and thank you for everything. I really appreciate that.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say that this you invited me for this program, and it was really a part of honor because you thought that I am like educated enough. It was really kind of you to think like that, and I am passionate for this, and I did not like it was something I would like to do. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Then finally.
Yeah, I'm really so impressed. I for sure, I don't know what to say, but man, you have really made something that is really so good for us. Um, Starting from the beginning until the end, everything has been so good with us, and we appreciate you. For sure, this education is all. This is an initiative that started as initiative, and later we developed it like something else to an organization to impact life. And this, when we impact life, we are impacting life through education, and that one meets the standard of sustainable development goal or global citizenship education development. You see? So this is one of the greatest things. So as you leave today, or as this meeting is going to end, I want you to note that the webinar that we did today, or the one you have contributed today, is in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goal of Education. So this is why we are happy for that. And mind you, we have a lot of staff. These are not the only staff. We have around 21 staff from different countries. We have them. Some of them, we have like 2 from Morocco. We have others from Sweden. we have Kenya, we have Indonesia, we have Turkey, we have also in India, in South Sudan, and Sudan also at the same time. In different part of the world, we have a lot of volunteers, those who are willing to contribute. And we believe with everything that you have shared here, you have shared with people who are also willing and will be ready to extend it to others.
I think Deng has been interrupted by internet.
But
Yeah.
anyways, thank you so much. I got your message.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mansi. I think it's almost late now in your there. I think it's around 10, right? Or 8.
It's 8:10.
It's 8:10. Yeah, it's 8:10.
Or 8:10. Yeah. Thank you so much for your commitment. Actually, we shall continue. We shall continue advocating for global citizenship education.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much
Bye-bye.
for being the first advocate in our organization. Thank you so much. So
Thank
bye.
you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. It
Nice
was
to
nice
meet
to
you
meet you all.
Yeah, nice
Yes.
to meet you.
Likewise,
Yeah, bye.
We wish to see you back.
Oh yes, I would like to see you all. Would like to conduct one more seminar. Next time we will talk about our individual projects. Like Jacob and like all our group members are working on something. So let's see what happens, what decision AppSeyu takes. If they like our project, we will come and share it with you all.
Thank you.
Alright. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
so see you all. Bye bye.
See you, Mansi.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Let me just. Can I share? I want to share something before you leave. All. Can I share? Sorry for that.
Let us first check how many are we here. Are we staff or the other people?
No. Okay. I just want to take a photo that I want to use in my project. Don't worry. Hey.
Deng Solomon. Deng Solomon.
Yes.
Lloyd.
I think right, Ben. Right?
Still, we are in the meeting, guys.
Hey, guys, we're in the meeting. Wait.
Huh?
We're in the meeting.
Lloyd Deng Solomon. Jacob.
Hey,
we are in the meeting.
Jacob Lloyd.
Ian?
You can, if the meeting is ended, you can stop the recording.
Yeah.